A dangerous multi-day storm system is about to unleash chaos across the United States, and what started as a typical weekend weather event has now evolved into something far more threatening. Right now, at this very moment, severe weather is already developing across Texas, and within the next 6 hours, this system will explode into a life-threatening situation affecting over 230 million Americans from the Gulf Coast to the Canadian border. This is not a drill. This is not another weather forecast you can ignore. In the next 15 seconds, I am going to tell you exactly when this storm will hit your neighborhood, which cities face the highest tornado risk tonight, and the shocking computer model that just changed everything we thought we knew about tomorrow's snow potential. But here is what you need to know immediately. If you live anywhere from Houston to Miami, from Dallas to Atlanta, you have less than 12 hours before severe weather capable of producing violent tornadoes arrives at your doorstep. 23 million people are under a tornado threat right this second. That number includes you if you are watching from Houston, Baton Rouge, Lake Charles, Alexandria, Beaumont, Galveston, New Orleans, Jackson, Mobile, Hattiesburg, Biloxi, Gulfport, Pensacola, Panama City, Tallahassee, or Jacksonville. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk, which means conditions are favorable for widespread damaging winds exceeding 60 miles per hour and multiple tornadoes, including the possibility of strong, long-track tornadoes that stay on the ground for miles. But that is only the beginning. Here is your reward for watching the first 30 seconds. I have breaking information about a surprise snowstorm that could dump 6 to 10 inches across the Northeast starting tomorrow night. The GFS model just came in showing a massive coastal storm strengthening rapidly off the Atlantic seaboard. We are talking about potential blizzard conditions for Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston. I will give you the exact timing and snowfall totals for your specific city in just 3 minutes. But first, you need to understand the tornado situation unfolding right now across the Gulf Coast because lives are at stake tonight. Let me be crystal clear about the timing because timing is everything with severe weather. For those of you in Houston, severe thunderstorms will begin developing around 11 a.m. this morning. By lunchtime, around noon to 1 p.m., a line of strong to severe thunderstorms will be moving through the greater Houston metropolitan area, including Katy, Sugar Land, Pearland, and the Woodlands. The tornado threat increases dramatically between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight. That is your window of maximum danger. That is when you need to be indoors, away from windows, with multiple ways to receive warnings. If you are in Beaumont, Port Arthur, or Orange, your severe weather window begins around 3 p.m. and extends through midnight. For Lake Charles and Lafayette, expect severe weather from 4 p.m. through 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Baton Rouge and New Orleans, your timeline is 5 p.m. Saturday through 4 a.m. Sunday. The tornado threat will be highest between 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. Jackson, Mississippi, and Meridian, you are looking at severe weather from 9 p.m. Saturday through 6 a.m. Sunday, with peak tornado risk between midnight and 4 a.m. Now, here is something that should terrify you. We are dealing with nocturnal tornadoes. These are tornadoes that strike in the middle of the night when people are sleeping, when visibility is zero, when you cannot see the tornado coming even if you are looking for it. Nocturnal tornadoes are statistically more deadly than daytime tornadoes because people do not receive warnings, they do not wake up in time, or they simply do not take the threat seriously. Do not be one of those people. For Mobile, Alabama, and Pensacola, Florida, your severe weather begins around midnight Saturday night and continues through 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Panama City, Tallahassee, and the Florida Panhandle, you have severe weather from 3 a.m. to noon on Sunday. Gainesville and Jacksonville, your window is Sunday afternoon from noon through 8 p.m., and this is critical. The Storm Prediction Center is specifically warning about the potential for strong tornadoes across northern Florida and southern Georgia on Sunday afternoon. Strong tornadoes mean EF2 or EF3 intensity, with winds up to 165 miles per hour. Let me give you specific cities at the highest risk for tornadoes today and tonight. Houston, Texas faces a 5% tornado probability. That means there is a 5% chance of a tornado occurring within 25 miles of any given point. Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, Galveston, all 5%. Lake Charles, Alexandria, Lafayette, 5%. Baton Rouge and New Orleans, 5%. This might not sound like much, but in meteorology terms, 5% is significant. It means conditions are ripe, the atmosphere is primed, and tornadoes are likely. For tomorrow, Sunday, the highest tornado risk shifts eastward. Jacksonville, Florida has a 5% tornado probability. Gainesville, Lake City, Live Oak, Perry, Tallahassee, all 5%. Valdosta, Georgia, Waycross, Georgia, 5%. The cities at 2% tornado risk, which is still considerable, include Dothan, Alabama, Albany, Georgia, Tifton, Georgia, and extending down to Ocala and Daytona Beach in Central Florida. Now let us talk about the wind threat, because even if you do not see a tornado, you are almost certainly going to experience damaging winds if you live in the risk area. There is a 15% probability of winds exceeding 58 miles per hour within 25 miles of Houston, 15% for Beaumont, 15% for Lake Charles, Alexandria, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Hattiesburg, and areas along the Mississippi coast. Think about what 60-mile-per-hour winds can do. They snap large tree branches. They tear shingles off roofs. They turn patio furniture, grills, and trampolines into dangerous projectiles. They can flip high-profile vehicles. They create widespread power outages that could last for days. And we are talking about wind gusts potentially reaching 65 to 70 miles per hour in some locations, especially near the strongest thunderstorm cells. Make sure everything outside is secured right now, not later, not this afternoon, right now. Outdoor furniture, garbage cans, children's toys, anything that can become airborne needs to be brought inside or tied down. If you have a trampoline, anchor it or flip it upside down. If you have a grill on your deck, move it. If you have hanging plants or wind chimes, take them down. Here is what the radar is showing right now. A line of thunderstorms is already developing across central and eastern Texas. These storms are moving eastward at about 35 miles per hour. Some of these cells are already showing rotation on radar, which is a precursor to tornado development. By 8 a.m., we have thunderstorms from Dallas-Fort Worth down through Waco, Austin, San Antonio, and extending to Victoria. By noon, the line intensifies and moves into Houston, College Station, and Tyler. By 5 p.m., the most dangerous part of this system is crossing Houston and pushing into Louisiana. As we move into the evening hours, around 6 to 7 p.m., the line of storms becomes more organized. This is when we transition from scattered severe thunderstorms to a line of intense thunderstorms with embedded supercells. A supercell is a rotating thunderstorm, the type most likely to produce tornadoes. Computer models are showing multiple supercells developing along the Texas-Louisiana border between 5 and 9 p.m. tonight. Around 9 p.m., the storm system is impacting Lake Charles and moving toward Baton Rouge. By 10 p.m., severe thunderstorms are ongoing from Shreveport down through Alexandria, Lafayette, and approaching the greater New Orleans area. The National Weather Service is specifically highlighting the threat for very large hail in some of these storms, with hail cores showing potential for golf ball to tennis ball-sized hail near Natchez, Mississippi around midnight. Between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., this is the critical window for Louisiana. Multiple supercells capable of producing tornadoes will be tracking across southern Louisiana. The cities of New Orleans, Metairie, Kenner, Slidell, and communities on both the north and south shores of Lake Pontchartrain need to be on highest alert during these hours. Have your safe place identified. Have your shoes on, have your phone charged, have a helmet ready to protect your head from flying debris. By 3 a.m. Sunday morning, severe weather is moving across southern Mississippi. Jackson, Hattiesburg, Laurel, and Meridian will be dealing with damaging winds and a continued tornado threat through 6 a.m. Mobile, Alabama, and Pascagoula, Mississippi can expect severe thunderstorms between 4 and 8 a.m. Sunday. Then, as Sunday morning progresses, the tornado threat shifts to the Florida Panhandle and southern Alabama. Here is the Sunday timeline for Florida and southern Georgia. At 7 a.m., severe thunderstorms begin moving into Pensacola and Fort Walton Beach. By 9 a.m., Panama City is under the gun. By 11 a.m., the line of storms is approaching Tallahassee and Thomasville, Georgia. Noon to 1 p.m., severe weather moves through Tallahassee, Perry, Madison, and Live Oak. This is when discrete supercells may develop out ahead of the main line of thunderstorms. Sunday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is when northern Florida faces its greatest tornado risk. Jacksonville, Gainesville, Lake City, Valdosta, Waycross, this is your danger window. The Storm Prediction Center is specifically warning that strong tornadoes are possible. We could see EF2 tornadoes with winds of 111 to 135 miles per hour. These tornadoes can level well-constructed homes, destroy mobile homes completely, and turn vehicles into tumbling debris. By 7 p.m. Sunday, the severe weather is pushing into southeastern Georgia and northeastern Florida. Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach, and Palm Coast could see strong thunderstorms with damaging winds through 8 p.m. After that, the tornado threat decreases significantly, but damaging winds will continue to be a concern as the line moves offshore. Now let me tell you about the waterspout threat. As these thunderstorms move over the Gulf of Mexico and along the Florida coast, they will be capable of producing waterspouts. A waterspout is essentially a tornado over water. If you are on a boat, get to shore. If you live in a coastal area and see a waterspout, take shelter immediately because waterspouts can move onshore and become tornadoes. Comment below right now and tell me where you are watching from. Tell me your city and state, and I will reply with your specific forecast, your specific timing, and what you need to do to stay safe. I am reading every single comment. If you are in Houston, comment Houston. If you are in Baton Rouge, comment Baton Rouge. If you are in Tallahassee, comment Tallahassee. I need to know where you are so I can give you personalized information that could save your life. Now here is the part that is going to shock you. While all of this severe weather is happening across the South, a completely different threat is developing across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. A surprise snowstorm is about to affect tens of millions of people from Virginia to Maine. This is the winter weather nobody was expecting 2 days ago, and the forecast models are showing drastically different solutions. The European model is showing a coating to 3 inches of snow from Washington, D.C. through Baltimore, Philadelphia, central New Jersey, and southern Pennsylvania, Sunday night into Monday morning. This would be enough to create slippery roads and some travel problems, but nothing catastrophic. However, the American GFS model is showing something completely different, something shocking. 6 to 10 inches of snow from Washington, D.C. to northern New Jersey. The GFS is showing a major coastal storm that rapidly intensifies just off the Atlantic coast Sunday night. Let me give you city-by-city snowfall forecasts based on what the models are showing. Keep in mind, this is a very difficult forecast and could change significantly over the next 12 to 24 hours, but here is what we know right now. Washington, D.C., European model shows 1 to 2 inches. GFS model shows 6 to 9 inches. Most likely outcome, 2 to 4 inches, enough to create significant travel problems Monday morning. Baltimore, Maryland. European model shows 1 to 3 inches. GFS model shows 7 to 10 inches. Most likely outcome, 3 to 5 inches with the heaviest snow occurring between midnight and 6 a.m. Monday. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. European model shows 1 to 2 inches. GFS model shows 5 to 8 inches. Most likely outcome, 2 to 4 inches with the best chance for accumulating snow in the northern and western suburbs, Allentown and Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. European model shows 2 to 3 inches. GFS model shows 4 to 6 inches. Most likely outcome, 3 to 5 inches. Trenton, New Jersey. European model shows 1 to 2 inches. GFS model shows 4 to 7 inches. Most likely outcome, 2 to 4 inches. Newark and New York City. European model shows a coating to 1 inch. GFS model shows 3 to 6 inches. Most likely outcome, 1 to 3 inches, with higher amounts possible in northern and western suburbs. Long Island. European model shows mostly rain. GFS model shows 1 to 3 inches of snow before changing to rain. Most likely outcome, coating to 2 inches in western Long Island, mostly rain in eastern Long Island. Hartford, Connecticut. European model shows coating to 1 inch. GFS model shows 2 to 4 inches. Most likely outcome, 1 to 3 inches. Providence, Rhode Island. European model shows mostly rain. GFS model shows 1 to 2 inches. Most likely outcome, mainly rain with some wet snow mixing in. Boston, Massachusetts. European model shows rain. GFS model shows coating to 1 inch. Most likely outcome, mainly rain with perhaps some brief snow at the onset. The timing for this snow event is Sunday night into early Monday morning. For Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, snow begins around 9 p.m. Sunday and continues through 6 a.m. Monday with the heaviest snow between midnight and 4 a.m. For Philadelphia and Trenton, snow begins around 11 p.m. Sunday and continues through 8 a.m. Monday. For New York City, snow begins around midnight and changes to rain by 6 a.m. Monday. This is a Valentine's Day weekend nightmare for anyone with travel plans. If you are flying Sunday night or Monday morning from any airport in the Mid-Atlantic or Northeast, expect delays and cancellations. If you are driving Monday morning, expect hazardous conditions. If you have outdoor Valentine's Day plans for Sunday evening in these areas, make backup indoor plans. But wait, there is more. Because this storm system is not done causing problems. After the severe weather ends on Sunday and after the snow threat passes Monday morning, we have 2 more winter storms lining up for next week. A powerful atmospheric river is about to slam into the west coast, and that energy will eventually move across the country, bringing another significant winter storm Tuesday and Wednesday to the northern plains, upper Midwest, and Great Lakes. Cities including Fargo, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland need to be prepared for a possible major winter storm Tuesday night into Wednesday. Early indications are showing potential for 6 to 12 inches of snow across this region, but we are still 4 days out, so the forecast will become clearer over the next 48 hours. Then, another storm system could impact the same areas Thursday and Friday of next week, potentially bringing more heavy snow, ice, and freezing rain. We could be looking at a prolonged period of active winter weather across the northern tier of the United States extending into late February. Let me give you rainfall totals from this current storm system because flooding is also a major concern. We are expecting widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain from Dallas-Fort Worth through Memphis, Nashville, and extending into Kentucky. Some areas in Arkansas, especially near Little Rock and Fort Smith, could receive 2 to 4 inches of rain. Localized areas between Memphis and Little Rock might see 5 to 6 inches of rainfall. This is a significant rain event for areas that have been abnormally dry. While the rain is beneficial for drought relief, it will also create localized flooding in low-lying areas, poor drainage areas, and small streams and creeks. Urban flooding is a concern in cities like Dallas, Houston, Shreveport, Little Rock, Memphis, and Jackson. Here is something many people do not realize. You can drown in a flooded roadway with just 12 inches of water. Your car will float and be swept away in 18 inches of moving water. Never drive through flooded roadways. Turn around, do not drown. If you encounter a flooded road, turn around and find an alternate route. Do not risk your life trying to drive through water. Now let me tell you about the California tornado threat for Monday because this is highly unusual and highly concerning. A powerful storm system will move into Southern California Monday, and the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 5% severe weather risk for the Los Angeles area. This includes the possibility of tornadoes, damaging winds, and heavy rainfall. Cities at risk include Los Angeles, Long Beach, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Irvine, Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, and extending south towards San Diego. The National Weather Service is warning that strong thunderstorms may impact Southern California coastal areas south of Vandenberg Air Force Base into the Los Angeles Basin Monday, accompanied by at least some risk for damaging wind gusts and perhaps a couple of tornadoes. Tornadoes in California are rare but not unheard of. When they do occur, they can be particularly dangerous because people are not prepared for them. Buildings are not constructed to withstand them, and warning systems are not as robust as they are in traditional tornado alley states. If you live in Southern California, Monday is a day to stay weather aware, have alerts enabled on your phone, and know where to take shelter if a tornado warning is issued. The timing for California is Monday afternoon and evening, roughly from noon through 9 p.m. The greatest severe weather threat will be from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. This storm will also bring beneficial rainfall to California, with widespread 1 to 2 inches expected across Southern California and locally higher amounts of 2 to 4 inches in foothill and mountain areas. Here are outdoor events happening this February weekend across America that will be impacted by this weather. The Daytona 500 in Daytona Beach, Florida is scheduled for Sunday afternoon. This event is directly in the path of severe thunderstorms. There is a low-end tornado risk even in central Florida Sunday afternoon and evening. Race fans attending should have a plan to seek shelter if severe weather approaches the speedway. Damaging winds and heavy rain are likely during the race window. Mardi Gras events in New Orleans are ongoing this weekend. Saturday night parades and festivities will be impacted by severe thunderstorms between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Sunday parades could see residual rain and wind. Anyone attending outdoor Mardi Gras events Saturday night needs to be aware of the severe weather threat and have a plan to seek substantial shelter if warnings are issued. Valentine's Day weekend events across Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida will all be impacted. Outdoor concerts, festivals, sporting events, and gatherings should be postponed or moved indoors. This is not weather for being outside in exposed areas. Major cities hosting Valentine's Day events that will see severe weather include Houston, San Antonio, Austin, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Mobile, Pensacola, Tallahassee, and Jacksonville. If you have outdoor dinner reservations, outdoor proposals, outdoor celebrations planned for Saturday evening or Sunday, make indoor backup plans immediately. President's Day weekend travel will be significantly impacted. Airports including Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Washington, Reagan, Baltimore, Washington, Philadelphia, Newark, and LaGuardia will all see delays and cancellations. Sunday and Monday are particularly problematic travel days. Interstate travel will be hazardous Sunday night and Monday morning from Virginia through New Jersey due to snow. Interstate 10, Interstate 20, Interstate 49, and Interstate 55 will all see heavy rain and possible flooding Saturday night and Sunday across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Now let me explain what makes this severe weather setup so dangerous. We have a powerful southern stream storm system bringing abundant moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We have a northern stream trough diving down from Canada bringing cold air and wind shear. When these two features interact, we get explosive thunderstorm development and the type of atmospheric conditions that produce violent tornadoes. The most concerning parameter is something called significant tornado parameter values. These values are elevated across the entire region from East Texas to the Florida Panhandle. Anytime these values exceed 1, we have the potential for strong, long-track tornadoes. Current model guidance is showing values between 2 and 4 across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle. Values this high indicate conditions favorable for potentially violent tornadoes. Another concerning factor is the helicity values, which measure rotational potential in the atmosphere. We are seeing very high helicity values, especially from 5 p.m. Saturday through 2 a.m. Sunday across Louisiana and Mississippi. High helicity combined with instability and moisture creates the perfect recipe for supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes. The wind shear values are also impressive. We have strong directional shear, meaning the winds are not only increasing with height but also changing direction dramatically. This is the type of shear that produces rotating updrafts in thunderstorms, which can then spawn tornadoes. One more critical point. The warm sector, that area of warm, moist air ahead of the cold front, is particularly robust. We have dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s across the Gulf Coast region. These are spring-like moisture values. Combined with temperatures in the 70s and lower 80s, we have an unstable atmosphere just waiting to explode into severe thunderstorms. Here is what you need to do right now to prepare. Charge all electronic devices, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your portable chargers. Charge everything to 100%. If power goes out, you will need these devices to receive information. Identify your safe place. If you live in a house, your safe place is an interior room on the lowest floor, away from windows. A bathroom, closet, or hallway is ideal. If you live in a mobile home, you need to identify a sturdy building nearby where you can take shelter. Mobile homes, even tied-down mobile homes, offer virtually no protection against tornadoes. Put shoes in your safe place. If a tornado strikes, there will be debris everywhere. Broken glass, nails, sharp objects. You need shoes to protect your feet. Put a helmet in your safe place. A bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, or hard hat can protect your head from falling debris, which is the #1 cause of death in tornadoes. Have a flashlight and extra batteries. Power will likely go out during severe weather. You need a reliable light source. Have a battery-powered weather radio or a weather radio app on your phone. Make sure you enable emergency alerts for your specific county. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Your phone, a weather radio, a battery-powered television. Redundancy is critical because any single system can fail. Fill your bathtub with water. If power goes out, you may lose water pressure. Having a bathtub full of water gives you water for flushing toilets and washing. Bring pets indoors. Your dog, cat, or any outdoor animal needs to be inside during severe weather. Have their carriers or crates ready. Know your county name. Tornado warnings are issued by county. You need to know which county you live in. If you live in Harris County, Texas, and a tornado warning is issued for Harris County, that means a tornado is imminent or occurring in your county right now. Do not rely on seeing the tornado. Many tornadoes, especially at night, are rain-wrapped and invisible. You cannot see them coming. You must act on the warning before the tornado arrives. Practice your tornado drill with your family. Everyone should know exactly where to go and what to do if a tornado warning is issued. Do not wait until the warning is issued to figure this out. Here is the brutal truth. Tornadoes kill people every single year who ignored warnings, who did not take the threat seriously, who thought it would not happen to them, who stayed in mobile homes, who tried to watch the storm instead of taking shelter, who got in their cars trying to flee instead of sheltering in place. Do not be a statistic. Do not be a name on a list of tornado fatalities. Take this seriously. I promise you this. At the 5-minute mark of this video, I am giving you the most detailed city-by-city breakdown of exactly when severe weather arrives in your specific location. We are almost there. But first, I need you to understand the hail threat because this is significant. Large hail is forecast from Houston through Louisiana on Saturday afternoon and evening. We are talking about golf ball-sized hail, possibly larger. Hail this size will shatter windshields, dent cars, damage roofs, and injure anyone caught outside. If you are caught outside when large hail begins falling, immediately seek shelter in a sturdy building or vehicle. Cover your head and neck. The hail threat is highest from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday across East Texas and western Louisiana. Cities including Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles, and Alexandria have the greatest hail risk. By Saturday evening, the hail threat shifts into central and northern Louisiana, with Shreveport, Monroe, and Natchez facing a significant hail threat between 8 p.m. and midnight. On Sunday, the hail threat is lower but still present across northern Florida and southern Georgia. We could see quarter-sized to golf ball-sized hail in some of the stronger storms Sunday afternoon between noon and 5 p.m. Now here is your promised detailed city forecast. Houston, Texas. Thunderstorms develop 11 a.m. Line of severe thunderstorms moves through noon to 2 p.m. Tornado threat increases 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Peak threat 9 p.m. Damaging winds 65 to 70 miles per hour possible. Large hail possible. Take shelter by 8 p.m. and remain sheltered until midnight. Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, Texas. Severe weather begins 3 p.m. Tornado threat 4 p.m. to midnight. Peak threat 7 to 10 p.m. Damaging winds and large hail likely. Take shelter by 6 p.m. Galveston, Texas. Severe thunderstorms 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tornado threat increases significantly 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Strong winds could create dangerous conditions for coastal areas. Move away from the coast if possible. Lake Charles, Louisiana. Severe weather begins 4 p.m. Saturday. Tornado threat 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday. Peak tornado threat 9 p.m. to midnight. This is a very dangerous setup for Lake Charles. Multiple tornadoes possible. Damaging winds gusts 70 miles per hour. Large hail. Take shelter by 8 p.m. Saturday and do not emerge until 3 a.m. Sunday. Lafayette, Louisiana. Severe weather 5 p.m. Saturday through 1 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat highest 8 p.m. to midnight. Damaging winds and hail likely. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms begin 6 p.m. Saturday. Tornado threat 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is an extremely dangerous nocturnal tornado situation. Have multiple ways to receive warnings while sleeping. Keep phone volume on high. New Orleans, Louisiana. Severe weather 7 p.m. Saturday through 4 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Peak threat 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Widespread power outages likely from damaging winds. Have supplies ready for multi-day power outage. Shreveport, Louisiana. Severe weather 8 p.m. Saturday through 3 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Damaging winds and tornado threat continue overnight. Monroe, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms 9 p.m. Saturday through 4 a.m. Sunday. Nocturnal tornado threat midnight to 4 a.m. Jackson, Mississippi. Severe weather begins 9 p.m. Saturday. Tornado threat 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat midnight to 4 a.m. Very dangerous nocturnal tornado setup. Do not sleep through this. Set multiple alarms. Stay weather aware all night. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Severe weather midnight. Saturday night through 7 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. Damaging winds likely. Meridian, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorms, 1 a.m. through 8 a.m. Sunday. Tornado and damaging wind threat, 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. Biloxi, Gulfport, Pascagoula, Mississippi. Severe weather, 2 a.m. through 9 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Coastal flooding possible. Mobile, Alabama. Severe thunderstorms 3 a.m. through 9 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Damaging winds likely. Pensacola, Florida. Severe weather begins midnight Saturday night. Tornado threat 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Panama City, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 4 a.m. through 11 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tallahassee, Florida. This is your highest risk area for Sunday. Severe weather 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. Tornado threat 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Strong tornadoes possible 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Discrete supercells could develop. This is a very dangerous situation. Have sturdy shelter plan ready. Gainesville, Florida. Severe weather noon through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Strong tornado potential. This is near Daytona 500 location, Jacksonville, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 1 p.m. through 8 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Strong tornado possible. Damaging winds 60 to 70 miles per hour. This is level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. Valdosta, Georgia. Severe weather 1 p.m. through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Waycross, Georgia. Severe thunderstorms 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Dothan, Alabama. Severe weather noon through 6 p.m. Sunday. Tornado and damaging wind threat 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Montgomery, Alabama. Severe thunderstorms 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. Sunday. Generally wind and heavy rain threat, lower tornado risk. Birmingham, Alabama. Heavy rain and thunderstorms Sunday morning through afternoon. Marginal severe weather risk. Main threat is heavy rain and minor flooding. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Similar to Birmingham, heavy rain and storms but lower severe weather threat. Memphis, Tennessee, heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday morning. 2 to 4 inches of rain possible. Flooding concern in poor drainage areas. Not a significant severe weather threat. Little Rock, Arkansas, very heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. 3 to 5 inches possible, locally 6 inches. Significant flooding concern. Not a major severe weather threat, but dangerous flooding possible. Nashville, Tennessee, widespread heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding in low-lying areas possible. Now for the Northeast snow forecast details. Washington, D.C. Snow begins 9 p.m. Sunday. Changes to rain by 6 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 2 to 4 inches possible, mainly on grassy surfaces. Roads will be wet and slushy. Monday morning commute hazardous. Baltimore, Maryland. Snow begins 9:30 p.m. Sunday. Continues through 7 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 3 to 5 inches. Heaviest snow midnight to 4 a.m. Monday morning commute very hazardous. Schools may delay. Annapolis, Maryland. Similar to Baltimore, 3 to 5 inches possible. Frederick, Maryland. Snow begins 9 p.m. Sunday, continues through 8 a.m. Monday, 4 to 6 inches possible. This is northwest of Baltimore and could see higher amounts. Hagerstown, Maryland. Snow begins 8 p.m. Sunday, continues through 9 a.m. Monday, 4 to 7 inches possible. Winter weather advisory likely. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 10 p.m. Sunday, mixes with sleet and rain by 6 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 2 to 4 inches on grassy surfaces, 1 to 2 inches on roads. Monday morning commute slippery. Reading, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 9:30 p.m. Sunday, continues through 8 a.m. Monday, 3 to 5 inches possible. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 10 p.m. Sunday, continues through 9 a.m. Monday, 3 to 5 inches possible. Lehigh Valley could see significant accumulations. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 9 p.m. Sunday, continues through 10 a.m. Monday, 4 to 7 inches possible. Higher elevations could see 8 inches. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 9 p.m. Sunday, continues through 8 a.m. Monday, 3 to 5 inches possible. State College, Pennsylvania. Snow begins 8 p.m. Sunday, continues through 10 a.m. Monday, 5 to 8 inches possible. This is in the mountains and will see higher amounts. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rain, Sunday night. Possible change to snow very late, Sunday night or Monday morning. Accumulation less than 1 inch. Main threat is heavy rain. Trenton, New Jersey. Snow begins 10:30 p.m. Sunday. Changes to sleet and rain by 7 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 2 to 4 inches possible. Newark, New Jersey. Snow begins 11 p.m. Sunday. Changes to rain by 6 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 1 to 3 inches, mainly on grass and cars. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Mainly rain Sunday night. Possible brief snow at onset with little to no accumulation. New York City, snow begins midnight Monday. Changes to rain by 6 a.m. Monday. Accumulation 1 to 3 inches in northern and western boroughs, less in Manhattan and southern areas. White Plains, New York. Snow begins 11 p.m. Sunday. Continues through 8 a.m. Monday. 2 to 4 inches possible. Poughkeepsie, New York. Snow begins 10 p.m. Sunday. Continues through 9 a.m. Monday. 3 to 5 inches possible. Albany, New York. Snow begins 10 p.m. Sunday. Continues through noon Monday. 4 to 7 inches possible. Hartford, Connecticut. Snow begins midnight Monday. Changes to sleet and rain by 8 a.m. Accumulation 1 to 3 inches. Providence, Rhode Island. Mainly rain Monday morning. Possible brief snow with little accumulation. Boston, Massachusetts. Rain Monday morning. Possible brief snow at onset with no accumulation expected. Worcester, Massachusetts. Snow begins midnight Monday. Changes to rain by 9 a.m. Accumulation 1 to 3 inches possible. Now here is the information about next week's winter storms. Tuesday night into Wednesday, a major winter storm is likely across the northern plains, upper Midwest, and Great Lakes. Cities at risk include Fargo, North Dakota. Heavy snow Tuesday night through Wednesday. 6 to 12 inches possible. Blizzard conditions possible with high winds. Grand Forks, North Dakota, similar to Fargo. 6 to 12 inches possible blizzard. Bismarck, North Dakota, heavy snow. Tuesday night and Wednesday, 5 to 10 inches possible. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Snow begins Tuesday evening. Continues through Wednesday, 6 to 10 inches possible. Wednesday commute will be treacherous. St. Paul, Minnesota, same as Minneapolis, 6 to 10 inches. Duluth, Minnesota, heavy snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 8 to 14 inches possible. This is the north shore of Lake Superior and typically sees higher amounts. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Green Bay, Wisconsin, snow begins Tuesday evening, 6 to 10 inches possible. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday morning, 4 to 8 inches possible. Madison, Wisconsin, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Chicago, Illinois, snow begins Tuesday evening, continues through Wednesday afternoon, 6 to 10 inches possible. Major travel impacts. O'Hare and Midway airports will see significant delays. Rockford, Illinois, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 7 to 11 inches possible. Peoria, Illinois, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. South Bend, Indiana, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Notre Dame area, Fort Wayne, Indiana, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches possible. Indianapolis, Indiana, snow begins Tuesday evening, 4 to 7 inches possible. Grand Rapids, Michigan, heavy snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 6 to 10 inches possible. Lake effect could enhance totals. Detroit, Michigan, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches possible. Lansing, Michigan, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Flint, Michigan, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 6 to 10 inches possible. Saginaw, Michigan, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Traverse City, Michigan, heavy snow Tuesday night through Thursday, 8 to 15 inches possible with lake effect enhancement. Cleveland, Ohio, snow begins Tuesday evening, continues through Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Lake effect could enhance amounts east of Cleveland. Toledo, Ohio, snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches possible. Columbus, Ohio, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 3 to 6 inches possible. Youngstown, Ohio, snow Tuesday night through Wednesday, 4 to 7 inches possible. Then Thursday and Friday of next week, another storm system could bring additional snow and ice to many of the same areas. The European model is showing potential for significant snowfall across the Midwest and possibly extending into the Northeast by late week. It is too early for specific city forecasts for Thursday-Friday storm, but be prepared for another round of winter weather. This means cities like Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, and Minneapolis could potentially see two separate winter storms within a 3-day period next week. Combined snowfall totals from both systems could exceed 12 to 18 inches in some locations. Now let me tell you about the atmospheric river hitting the West Coast. An atmospheric river is essentially a river of moisture in the sky, typically originating from the tropical Pacific Ocean. When these slam into the West Coast, they produce incredible rainfall amounts and mountain snow. This particular atmospheric river will impact Northern California, Oregon, and Washington Monday through Wednesday of next week. Cities affected include Seattle, Washington. Heavy rain Monday through Wednesday. 3 to 6 inches of rain possible. Flooding concern in urban areas and rivers. Snow level starts around 4,000 feet Monday, drops to 2,000 feet Wednesday. Olympia, Washington. Heavy rain Monday through Wednesday. 4 to 7 inches possible. Significant flooding likely. Tacoma, Washington, heavy rain Monday through Wednesday, 3 to 6 inches. Urban flooding concern. Portland, Oregon, very heavy rain Monday through Wednesday, 4 to 8 inches possible. This is a major flooding event for Portland. Rivers will rise rapidly. Landslide risk in hilly areas. Salem, Oregon, heavy rain Monday through Wednesday, 5 to 9 inches possible. Significant flooding likely. Eugene, Oregon, heavy rain Monday through Wednesday, 6 to 10 inches possible. Willamette River will flood. Medford, Oregon, heavy rain Monday and Tuesday, 2 to 4 inches. Snow in higher elevations. San Francisco, California. Heavy rain Monday through Tuesday, 2 to 4 inches possible. Flooding in poor drainage areas. Sacramento, California. Heavy rain Monday and Tuesday, 2 to 5 inches. Flooding concern in low-lying areas. Redding, California. Heavy rain Monday and Tuesday, 3 to 6 inches. Flooding likely. Eureka, California. Very heavy rain Monday through Wednesday, 6 to 12 inches possible. This is the bullseye for heaviest rain. Catastrophic flooding possible. For mountain areas, this atmospheric river will produce tremendous snowfall. Mount Rainier, 2 to 4 feet of snow Monday through Wednesday. Mount Hood, 2 to 3 feet of snow Monday through Wednesday. Mount Shasta, 1 to 3 feet of snow Monday through Wednesday. Lake Tahoe, 1 to 2 feet of snow Tuesday and Wednesday. Mammoth Mountain, 1 to 2 feet of snow Tuesday and Wednesday. This atmospheric river will then move inland and provide the energy for the winter storms I mentioned affecting the northern plains and Midwest Tuesday and Wednesday. Comment below right now. Tell me your city and state. I am personally responding to comments with specific forecasts. If you are in any of the severe weather risk areas, tell me your city and I will give you exact timing. If you are in the snow risk areas, tell me your city and I will give you my best snowfall forecast for your location. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on. We will have live coverage tonight during the severe weather outbreak across Texas and Louisiana. We will have live coverage tomorrow during the Florida tornado threat. We will have updates on the snow situation tomorrow night. This is a multi-day weather emergency affecting the entire United States. Share this video with everyone you know in the affected areas. Your family in Houston needs to see this. Your friends in New Orleans need to see this. Your relatives in Jacksonville need to see this. Your co-workers in Philadelphia need to see this. Lives could be saved by sharing this information. Here is what you need to know looking beyond next week. We are entering a very active weather pattern that could persist through the end of February and into early March. The jet stream is configured in a way that will continue to bring storm systems across the United States every few days. After next week's winter storms, we have another potential severe weather outbreak shaping up for the southern plains and southeast around February 22nd through 24th. It is too early for specifics, but the pattern suggests above normal tornado and severe weather potential. Additionally, the long-range forecast models are showing a potential major winter storm for the East Coast around February 25th through 27th. Again, too early for details, but something to watch. The bottom line is this: the next 2 weeks will be very active across the entire United States. Severe weather in the south, winter storms in the north, heavy rain and flooding on the west coast. This is an all-hazards weather situation. For those of you wondering about the science behind why we are seeing such active weather in February, it comes down to the jet stream position and sea surface temperatures. The Pacific Ocean is in a neutral El Niño southern oscillation state, transitioning toward La Niña. This typically enhances the jet stream across the southern United States, which increases our severe weather potential. Additionally, sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are above normal for mid-February. Warmer Gulf waters provide more moisture and energy for storm systems, which intensifies both severe weather and winter storm potential. The Arctic Oscillation is also in a negative phase, which allows cold air to plunge southward from Canada more easily. When this cold air collides with warm, moist air from the Gulf, we get explosive storm development. All of these factors are combining to create this very active and dangerous weather pattern. It is not unusual for February to have severe weather and winter storms, but what is unusual is the intensity and frequency of these systems. Now, I want to address something important: mental preparedness for severe weather. Anxiety about storms is normal and understandable, but panic and fear can lead to poor decision-making. Here is how to manage weather anxiety. Stay informed, but do not obsess. Check the forecast a few times per day, not every 10 minutes. Have a plan and trust your plan. Knowing what you will do if a warning is issued reduces anxiety. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control the weather, but you can control your preparedness and response. Use breathing techniques if you feel panic rising. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Remember that most severe thunderstorms do not produce tornadoes. Even in a 5% tornado risk area, that means 95% of the area will not see a tornado. If you are in a safe place during a warning, you have done everything right. Trust your shelter. After the severe weather passes, it is normal to feel emotionally drained. Be kind to yourself. For parents with children, explain the weather in age-appropriate terms. Young children do not need to hear about worst-case scenarios. Tell them we are having strong storms, we have a safe place to go, and you will keep them safe. Make the safe place comfortable with blankets, stuffed animals, flashlights. Turn it into a cozy space rather than a scary place. For elderly individuals or those with mobility issues, identify your safe place now while you have time. If you cannot quickly get to an interior room, identify the most interior place you can access. Have necessary medications, glasses, hearing aids, and mobility devices in your safe place. For pet owners, have carriers or leashes ready. Bring pets to your safe place with you. Pets can sense severe weather and may hide or try to flee. Secure them before warnings are issued. One final critical point: do not try to leave your home and drive to another location once severe weather begins. You are safer in any structure, even a poorly constructed one, than you are in a vehicle. Vehicles offer zero protection from tornadoes. They can be tossed hundreds of feet through the air. If you are in your car when a tornado warning is issued and you cannot get to a building, your only option is to park, keep your seatbelt on, crouch below the windows, and cover your head with your hands or a jacket. But this is a last resort. The best option is always to be in a structure. Do not try to outrun tornadoes. They are faster than your car. They can change direction instantly. You cannot predict where they will go. Sheltering in place is always the safest option. Do not try to watch the tornado or film it. Every year people die because they were too focused on watching the tornado instead of taking shelter. Your life is more valuable than any photo or video. Here is my final message to you. This is a serious weather situation, but it is not hopeless. You have time to prepare. You have the information you need. You know what to do. Now you must do it. Take the next 30 minutes and make your preparations. Charge devices, gather supplies, identify safe places, talk to your family, make your plan. Then, when severe weather approaches, execute your plan without hesitation. Do not second guess. Do not delay. When a tornado warning is issued, you have minutes at most to take shelter. Go immediately. I will be here providing updates throughout this event. I will be live tonight during the severe weather. I will be live tomorrow during the Florida threat. I will be here for you through all of this. Comment your location below, and I will reply with your specific forecast. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with everyone who needs to see it. Stay safe, everyone. This is going to be a rough weekend for a lot of people, but we will get through it together. Information saves lives. You now have that information. Use it wisely. Now let me give you even more detailed city-specific forecasts because I want to make sure every single person watching knows exactly what to expect in their location. I am going to go through every major city and many smaller communities so you have the most complete information possible. For Texas cities beyond what I have already covered. Dallas, Texas. Heavy rain begins 8 a.m. Saturday. Thunderstorms 9 a.m. through 3 p.m. Main threat is heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches possible. Isolated damaging wind gusts possible, but severe weather threat is lower than areas to the east. Flooding and poor drainage areas likely. No significant tornado threat for Dallas Metro. Fort Worth, Texas, similar to Dallas. Heavy rain 8 a.m. through 3 p.m. Saturday. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Flooding in low-lying areas. Not a significant severe weather threat. Arlington, Texas, between Dallas and Fort Worth, same forecast. Heavy rain, minor flooding possible, lower severe weather threat. Plano, Texas, North Dallas suburbs. Heavy rain Saturday morning and early afternoon, 1 to 2 inches. Minor flooding in poor drainage areas. Irving, Texas, near DFW Airport. Heavy rain could create travel delays at airports Saturday morning through early afternoon. Not a severe weather threat, but flight delays likely. Austin, Texas. Thunderstorms begin 10 a.m. Saturday. Heavy rain continues through 4 p.m. 2 to 3 inches of rain possible. Flooding in parts of Austin likely, especially in areas prone to flash flooding. Isolated severe storms possible in afternoon, but main threat is heavy rain. Tornado threat very low. San Antonio, Texas, similar to Austin. Heavy rain 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. Saturday. 2 to 3 inches of rain. Flooding in low-lying areas. Severe weather threat is minimal. Main concern is heavy rain. Corpus Christi, Texas. Thunderstorms. Saturday afternoon and evening, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Coastal flooding possible with onshore winds. No significant severe weather threat. Waco, Texas. Heavy thunderstorms Saturday morning through afternoon, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Flooding likely. Isolated damaging winds possible, but not a high-end severe weather threat. Tyler, Texas. Severe thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. Damaging winds possible, small hail possible. Tornado threat is low but non-zero. Main threats are winds and heavy rain. Longview, Texas. Severe weather. Saturday afternoon and evening, 3 p.m. through 9 p.m. Damaging winds possible. Heavy rain leading to flooding. Lower tornado threat compared to areas further south. Texarkana, Texas. Severe thunderstorm Saturday evening, 5 p.m. through midnight. Damaging winds possible. Heavy rain, 2 to 4 inches. Flooding likely. Tornado threat is marginal. Abilene, Texas. Isolated strong thunderstorms possible. Saturday afternoon and evening. Some hail possible with colder air aloft. Not a significant severe weather threat. Main concern is brief heavy rain and small hail. Lubbock, Texas. Dry. This storm system stays too far south and east to significantly impact the Texas Panhandle. Partly cloudy Saturday. Amarillo, Texas. Dry Saturday. Partly to mostly cloudy. Storm system too far south. El Paso, Texas. Dry and sunny Saturday. Completely removed from this storm system. High around 68 degrees for Louisiana cities. Shreveport, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms, Saturday evening 7 p.m. through 2 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Golf ball-sized hail possible. Damaging winds 55 to 65 miles per hour. Tornado threat increases after 10 p.m. and continues through 2 a.m. Peak tornado threat midnight to 2 a.m. Power outages likely. Have flashlights and batteries ready. Monroe, Louisiana. Severe weather Saturday night 9 p.m. through 4 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible early, transitioning to damaging wind and tornado threat overnight. Nocturnal tornado setup is dangerous. Set multiple alarms. Stay alert overnight. Peak tornado threat 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Alexandria, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms Saturday evening 5 p.m. through 1 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tornado threat increases after 7 p.m. Peak tornado threat 9 p.m. to midnight. Damaging winds throughout the event. Power outages likely. Lafayette, Louisiana. Severe weather begins 5 p.m. Saturday. Tornado threat 6 p.m. through 1 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 9 p.m. to midnight. This is a dangerous setup. Multiple tornadoes possible. Damaging winds gusting to 70 miles per hour possible. Large hail early in the event. Take shelter by 8 p.m. and remain sheltered until 2 a.m. Sunday. Lake Charles, Louisiana. This city is in the bullseye. Severe weather begins 4 p.m. Saturday. Initial storms may produce large hail, quarter to golf ball size. Tornado threat increases dramatically after 6 p.m. and continues through 2 a.m. Sunday. Peak tornado threat 8 p.m. to midnight. Multiple tornadoes likely in the Lake Charles area. Some could be strong, possibly EF2 intensity. Damaging winds 65 to 75 miles per hour. Widespread power outages expected. This is a very dangerous situation for Lake Charles. Take this extremely seriously. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms begin 6 p.m. Saturday. Initial storms produce large hail and damaging winds. Tornado threat increases significantly after 8 p.m. Peak tornado threat 10 p.m. Saturday through 1 a.m. Sunday. This is a nocturnal tornado event. Do not sleep through this. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Keep phones charged and volumes on high. Widespread power outages likely from damaging winds, even if tornadoes do not occur in your specific location. Winds gusting 60 to 70 miles per hour. Some stronger gusts possible in most intense storms. New Orleans, Louisiana. Severe weather begins 7 p.m. Saturday. Tornado threat 8 p.m. through 3 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. This is an extremely dangerous nocturnal tornado situation for the New Orleans metro area. All parishes should be on highest alert. Jefferson Parish, Orleans Parish, St. Bernard Parish, St. Tammany Parish, all under significant tornado threat overnight. Have your plan ready. Know where you will shelter. Do not wait until a warning is issued. Be ready to act immediately. Widespread power outages expected from damaging winds. Metairie, Louisiana. Same as New Orleans. 7 p.m. Saturday through 3 a.m. Sunday severe weather. Tornado threat peaks 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Kenner, Louisiana. Same forecast as New Orleans and Metairie. Slidell, Louisiana. North shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Severe weather 7 p.m. Saturday through 4 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 8 p.m. through 2 a.m. Peak threat midnight to 2 a.m. Strong winds possible across the lake. Secure loose objects now. Houma, Louisiana, south of New Orleans. Severe weather 8 p.m. Saturday through 3 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 9 p.m. through 2 a.m. Coastal flooding possible with strong south winds ahead of storms. Hammond, Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms 7 p.m. Saturday through 4 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Peak threat 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Natchitoches, Louisiana. Severe weather 7 p.m. Saturday through 2 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible early evening. Tornado threat increases after 9 p.m. through 2 a.m. For Mississippi cities, Jackson, Mississippi. This is a very dangerous nocturnal tornado setup. Severe weather begins 9 p.m. Saturday. Initial storms bring large hail and damaging winds. Around midnight, very large hail is possible, golf ball to tennis ball sized near Jackson. The National Weather Service specifically highlights this threat. After midnight, line of storms produces widespread damaging winds, but embedded supercells can produce tornadoes. Tornado threat midnight through 6 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. This is when most people are sleeping. Set alarms. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Do not rely on hearing outdoor sirens if you are inside a home. Power outages likely from widespread damaging winds. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorms begin midnight Saturday night. Tornado threat 1 a.m. through 7 a.m. Sunday. Peak threat 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Another dangerous nocturnal tornado situation. Damaging winds widespread. Power outages expected. Gulfport, Mississippi. Coastal city. Severe weather 2 a.m. through 9 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Coastal flooding possible. Strong south winds then shifting to west winds. Dangerous surf and rip currents Sunday. Biloxi, Mississippi. Same as Gulfport. 2 a.m. through 9 a.m. Sunday, severe weather. Tornado threat 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Coastal flooding and dangerous marine conditions. Meridian, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorms 1 a.m. through 8 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 a.m. through 7 a.m. Peak threat 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Damaging winds. Power outages likely. Vicksburg, Mississippi. Severe weather 10 p.m. Saturday through 5 a.m. Sunday. Large hail possible late evening. Tornado threat midnight to 4 a.m. Damaging winds throughout event. Tupelo, Mississippi. Heavy thunderstorms Saturday night and early Sunday morning. Not a significant severe weather threat. Main concern is heavy rain leading to localized flooding. 1 to 3 inches of rain expected. Greenville, Mississippi. Severe thunderstorms 9 p.m. Saturday through 3 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Damaging winds, heavy rain, Columbus, Mississippi. Thunderstorms overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. Lower severe weather threat. Heavy rain, main concern. 1 to 2 inches. Starkville, Mississippi, similar to Columbus. Thunderstorms overnight. Heavy rain. Lower severe weather threat, Oxford, Mississippi. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday morning, 1 to 3 inches. Not a significant severe weather threat. For Alabama cities, Mobile, Alabama, severe thunderstorms 3 a.m. through 9 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 5 a.m. through 8 a.m. Peak threat 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. This is a morning tornado threat while many people are just waking up. Have alerts enabled. Check weather immediately upon waking. Damaging winds likely. Coastal flooding possible. Power outages expected. Montgomery, Alabama. Heavy thunderstorms Sunday morning 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. Lower severe weather threat compared to coastal areas. Main threats are heavy rain and isolated damaging wind gusts. Tornado threat is low, 1 to 2 inches of rain expected. Birmingham, Alabama. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday afternoon. 2 to 3 inches of rain expected. Flooding in poor drainage areas likely. Not a significant severe weather threat. Isolated strong storms possible, but widespread severe weather not expected. Huntsville, Alabama. Heavy rain. Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding in low-lying areas possible. Not a severe weather threat. Cold rain possible. Sunday afternoon as temperatures drop. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, similar to Birmingham. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday, 2 to 3 inches, flooding possible. Lower severe weather threat. Dothan, Alabama. Severe thunderstorms Sunday afternoon, noon through 6 p.m. Tornado threat 2 p.m. through 5 p.m. Damaging winds possible. This is level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk. Lower threat than coastal areas, but still take seriously. Auburn, Alabama. Thunderstorms Sunday morning through early afternoon. Marginal severe weather risk. Main threat heavy rain and isolated strong wind gusts. Tornado threat very low. Florence, Alabama. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Flooding and poor drainage areas possible. Decatur, Alabama. Similar to Florence and Huntsville. Heavy rain 1 to 2 inches. Lower severe weather threat. For Florida cities, Pensacola, Florida. Severe weather begins midnight Saturday night and continues through 10 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 3 a.m. through 9 a.m. Peak threat 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Damaging winds likely. This is a dangerous morning severe weather event. Do not sleep through this. Have alerts enabled. Be prepared to take shelter quickly upon waking. Power outages expected from damaging winds. Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 1 a.m. through 10 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 4 a.m. through 9 a.m. Beach flooding possible. Dangerous marine conditions. Do not go in the ocean Sunday. Panama City, Florida. Severe weather 4 a.m. through 11 a.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 6 a.m. through 10 a.m. Peak threat 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. This is a morning severe weather event. Be weather aware immediately upon waking. Damaging winds likely. Beach erosion and coastal flooding possible. Tallahassee, Florida. This is your highest tornado threat area for Sunday. Severe weather 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. Sunday. First round of storms 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. brings heavy rain and isolated strong storms. Second round noon through 6 p.m. is the dangerous one. Tornado threat 11 a.m. through 5 p.m. Peak threat 1 p.m. through 4 p.m. The Storm Prediction Center specifically warns about discrete supercells capable of producing strong tornadoes. Strong tornadoes mean EF2 or higher. We are talking about tornadoes with winds 115 to 165 miles per hour. These can level well-built homes. This is a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk driven by tornado potential. Take this very seriously. Have a sturdy shelter plan. Know where you will go. Interior room, lowest floor, away from windows. Put shoes, helmets, phone chargers in your safe place now. Gainesville, Florida. Severe weather noon through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 1 p.m. through 6 p.m. Peak threat 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Strong tornado possible. Discrete supercells may develop. This is near the University of Florida campus. Students should be aware. Dorms are generally safe shelter if you are in an interior hallway away from windows. Damaging winds 65 to 75 miles per hour possible even without tornadoes. Jacksonville, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 1 p.m. through 8 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. Peak threat 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. Strong tornado potential. Discrete supercells possible. All of Northeast Florida under this threat, including Jacksonville Beach, Orange Park, St. Augustine. Damaging winds widespread. Power outages likely. This impacts the Daytona 500 area, though the race is south of Jacksonville. Race fans traveling should be aware of severe weather timing. Lake City, Florida. Severe weather 11 a.m. through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat noon through 6 p.m. Peak threat 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is in the level 2 risk area. Strong tornadoes possible. Live Oak, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 10 a.m. through 6 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 11 a.m. through 5 p.m. Peak threat 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Perry, Florida. Severe weather 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. Peak threat noon to 3 p.m. Ocala, Florida. Severe thunderstorms 2 p.m. through 8 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 3 p.m. through 7 p.m. Lower end threat compared to northern Florida, but still take seriously. Damaging winds possible. Daytona Beach, Florida. The Daytona 500 is scheduled for Sunday afternoon. Severe weather impacts 2 p.m. through 8 p.m. Race time is typically 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. This lines up perfectly with severe weather. Tornado threat 3 p.m. through 7 p.m. This is a low-end threat, not the level 2 risk area, but still concerning. Damaging winds 45 to 55 miles per hour possible. Heavy rain likely. Lightning threat. Fans at the race should have a plan to shelter if warnings are issued. The Speedway will announce emergency procedures if needed. Take warnings seriously if issued. Do not stay in grandstands during a tornado warning. Orlando, Florida. Thunderstorms Sunday evening, 4 p.m. through 9 p.m. Lower severe weather threat. Damaging wind gusts possible, but tornado threat is minimal. Heavy rain and lightning main concerns, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Tampa, Florida. Thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and evening, 3 p.m. through 9 p.m. Not a significant severe weather threat. Heavy rain and lightning. Tornado threat very low. Rainfall 1 to 2 inches. St. Petersburg, Florida. Same as Tampa. Afternoon and evening thunderstorms Sunday. Heavy rain. Lower severe weather threat. Clearwater, Florida. Same forecast as Tampa and St. Petersburg. Fort Myers, Florida. Isolated thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. Not a severe weather threat. Brief heavy rain and lightning possible. Miami, Florida. Not impacted by this severe weather event. Partly cloudy Sunday. Isolated afternoon showers possible, but not related to this system. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Not impacted. Partly cloudy Sunday. West Palm Beach, Florida. Not impacted. Partly cloudy Sunday with isolated showers possible. Key West, Florida. Not impacted by this storm system. Partly cloudy and breezy Sunday. For Georgia cities, Valdosta, Georgia. Severe weather 1 p.m. through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 p.m. through 6 p.m. Peak threat 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is in the level 2 severe weather risk area. Strong tornadoes possible. Discrete supercells may develop. This is a very serious threat for Valdosta. Same level of concern as Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Waycross, Georgia. Severe thunderstorms 2 p.m. through 7 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 3 p.m. through 6 p.m. Peak threat 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Strong tornado potential. Albany, Georgia. Severe weather noon through 6 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 1 p.m. through 5 p.m. Peak threat 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Level 1 marginal risk, but still take seriously. Tifton, Georgia. Severe thunderstorms 1 p.m. through 6 p.m. Sunday. Tornado threat 2 p.m. through 5 p.m. Damaging winds possible. Savannah, Georgia. Thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and evening. Lower severe weather threat. Heavy rain, main concern. Tornado threat very low. Rainfall 1 to 2 inches. Brunswick, Georgia. Coastal city. Thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and evening. Not a significant severe weather threat. Heavy rain and coastal flooding possible. Macon, Georgia. Heavy rain Sunday morning and afternoon, 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Flooding and poor drainage areas possible. Columbus, Georgia. Heavy rain Sunday morning through early afternoon, 1 to 2 inches. Marginal severe weather risk. Isolated strong wind gusts possible, but widespread severe weather not expected. Athens, Georgia. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Atlanta, Georgia. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 inches of rain possible. Significant flooding likely in poor drainage areas and along creeks and streams. Not a severe weather threat. Isolated strong thunderstorms possible, but not expecting widespread severe weather in metro Atlanta. Main concern is heavy rain and flooding. Marietta, Georgia. Same as Atlanta. Heavy rain. Flooding concern. Lower severe weather threat. Roswell, Georgia. Same as Atlanta metro. Heavy rain and flooding main concerns. Gainesville, Georgia. This is Northeast Georgia, different from Gainesville, Florida. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday, 2 to 3 inches, flooding likely, not a severe weather threat. For South Carolina cities, Charleston, South Carolina, thunderstorms, Sunday afternoon and evening, 1 to 2 inches of rain, not a significant severe weather threat. Coastal flooding possible with onshore winds. Tornado threat very low. Columbia, South Carolina, heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 3 inches, marginal severe weather risk. Isolated strong storms possible but not expecting widespread severe weather. Flooding in poor drainage areas likely. Greenville, South Carolina, heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 2 to 4 inches possible. Flooding likely, especially in areas of poor drainage. Not a severe weather threat. Spartanburg, South Carolina, similar to Greenville. Heavy rain, 2 to 4 inches. Flooding concern, lower severe weather threat. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, thunderstorms Sunday, 1 to 2 inches rain. Not a severe weather threat. Beach erosion possible. Dangerous marine conditions. Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and evening. Lower severe weather threat. Coastal flooding possible. 1 to 2 inches rain. For North Carolina cities. Charlotte, North Carolina. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding in poor drainage areas. Not a severe weather threat, just heavy rain. Raleigh, North Carolina. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Flooding possible in usual problem areas. Durham, North Carolina. Same as Raleigh. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Lower severe weather threat. Greensboro, North Carolina. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Lower severe weather threat. Fayetteville, North Carolina. Heavy rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Not a severe weather threat. Wilmington, North Carolina. Rain Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Coastal flooding possible. Not a severe weather threat. Asheville, North Carolina. Rain Saturday night and Sunday. Could change to wet snow in higher elevations late Sunday or early Monday. Mountains above 4,000 feet could see 1 to 3 inches of snow. Lower elevations mainly rain. For Tennessee cities, Memphis, Tennessee. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday morning. 2 to 4 inches expected. Significant flooding likely in poor drainage areas. Creeks and streams will rise. Not a significant severe weather threat. Isolated strong storms possible, but main concern is flooding. Have alternate routes ready if flooding closes roads. Nashville, Tennessee. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday. 1 to 3 inches expected. Flooding in typical flood-prone areas likely. Not a significant severe weather threat. Main concern is heavy rain and flooding. Knoxville, Tennessee. Rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 2 inches. Higher elevations could see wet snow mixing in late Sunday or early Monday. Not a severe weather threat. Flooding possible in poor drainage areas. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 2 to 3 inches possible. Flooding likely in low-lying areas. Not a severe weather threat. Clarksville, Tennessee. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding possible. Not a severe weather threat. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Same as Nashville. Heavy rain 1 to 3 inches. Flooding concern for Arkansas cities. Little Rock, Arkansas. This is a major flooding concern. Very heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. 3 to 5 inches expected across the Little Rock metro area. Some localized areas between Little Rock and Hot Springs could see 6 inches. This will cause significant flooding. Creeks, streams, and rivers will rise rapidly. Urban flooding likely. Road closures expected. Flash flood warnings likely. Not a significant severe weather threat. The main threat is flooding, not tornadoes or damaging winds. However, thunderstorms will be ongoing and could be locally heavy. Do not drive through flooded roadways. Turn around. Do not drown. Fort Smith, Arkansas. Heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning. 2 to 4 inches. Flooding in poor drainage areas. Arkansas River will rise. Not a severe weather threat. Main concern is flooding. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Heavy rain Saturday and Saturday night, 2 to 3 inches. Flooding possible. Not a severe weather threat. Jonesboro, Arkansas. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding in poor drainage areas. Not a severe weather threat. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Very heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday. 3 to 5 inches possible. Significant flooding likely. This is near Little Rock and shares the same flooding concerns. Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday, 2 to 4 inches. Arkansas River flooding possible. Urban flooding likely. For Oklahoma cities, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Thunderstorms Saturday morning through early afternoon. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Isolated severe storms possible in the afternoon. Small hail possible with colder air aloft. Tornado threat very low. Main threats are heavy rain and small hail. Not expecting significant severe weather in Oklahoma City Metro. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thunderstorms Saturday morning through afternoon. 1 to 2 inches rain. Marginal severe weather risk. Isolated damaging wind gusts possible. Small hail possible. Tornado threat very low. Norman, Oklahoma. Same as Oklahoma City. Thunderstorms with heavy rain. Isolated severe potential but lower threat. Lawton, Oklahoma. Isolated thunderstorms Saturday. Lower severe weather threat compared to areas to the east. Brief heavy rain possible for Missouri cities. St. Louis, Missouri. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Flooding in poor drainage areas. Not a severe weather threat. Mississippi River will rise but not expecting major flooding. Kansas City, Missouri. Heavy rain Saturday and Saturday night, 1 to 2 inches, flooding in poor drainage areas, not a severe weather threat. Springfield, Missouri, heavy rain Saturday and Saturday night, 1 to 3 inches, flooding possible, not a severe weather threat. Columbia, Missouri, heavy rain Saturday and Saturday night, 1 to 2 inches, flooding in typical problem areas. Not a severe weather threat for Kentucky cities. Louisville, Kentucky. Heavy rain Saturday night through Sunday, 1 to 3 inches, flooding in poor drainage areas. Ohio River will rise. Not a severe weather threat. Lexington, Kentucky. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday, 1 to 2 inches, flooding possible. Not a severe weather threat. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday, 1 to 3 inches, flooding likely in low-lying areas. Not a severe weather threat for Ohio cities. Cincinnati, Ohio. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday, 1 to 2 inches. Flooding in poor drainage areas, not a severe weather threat. Ohio River will rise. Columbus, Ohio. Rain Sunday and Sunday night. Could change to snow late Sunday night or early Monday. Accumulation less than 1 inch if snow develops. Main threat is rain. Cleveland, Ohio. Rain Sunday night. Could change to snow Monday morning. Lake effect could enhance snowfall Monday. 1 to 3 inches possible by Monday afternoon. Toledo, Ohio. Rain. Sunday night changing to snow. Monday morning. 1 to 2 inches of snow possible Monday. For Indiana cities. Indianapolis, Indiana. Rain Saturday night through Sunday. 1 to 2 inches. Could change to snow very late Sunday night or Monday morning. Less than 1 inch snow accumulation. Not a severe weather threat. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Rain. Sunday changing to snow Sunday night and Monday. 1 to 3 inches of snow possible by Monday afternoon. Evansville, Indiana. Heavy rain Saturday night and Sunday. 1 to 3 inches rain. Flooding